Shalom. Nawathan Kal Halal La Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakah Kodash, which is Hebrew or Lashawan Kodash or Paleo Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, whatever you want to call it, is give what I said was giving all praises to the true name of the Most High, Yahweh, and his son, beloved son, Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Shai means he he delivered or he saves. Same name as Joshua, the second in command under Moses. Go back to the book of Joshua, Exodus, the first five books of Moses, and even in the book of Joshua, because it's called the book of Joshua because it's centered around the leader that took the place of Moses. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video Great Millstones Influence on YouTube. And you see this short up IUIC Nashville, Tennessee. And I thought they were going to take it down since I did a video featuring this video to prove a point that the scriptures say, meddle not with them that are given the change, right? This was put up this year, recently. And I'm going to let you hear it to show you how they changed. They went from, when you go back to, I don't know, 2013, 2014, maybe 2012, maybe as far back as 2010. When we, put out the information on the, excuse me, when we put out the information on the C-HIP, we call it C-HIP now, the MOTB. Back then, you was able to say, say MOTB without using the acronym. You were able to say it. You were able to, speak about the charagma. You were able to say, C-HIP, but you was able to say it right. Go to our early videos, and you see that. Now, when you do the same thing, they'll take your video down and give you a strike, give you the warning, one more strike, two more strikes, and like in baseball, you're out of here. So that, to me, that proves one thing, that they got that memo, the elite passed a memo out that anybody's speaking about the C-HIP, and anybody says anything about the jump shot or the jab, whatever you want to call it, you gotta discipline them. You gotta take them down. You gotta give them a warning, give them a strike, because they're basically telling the world what's coming to be, because the Most High told us to warn the people. Oh, and speaking of warning the people, let me do this. Check out my main man, Paul Kersey. He said something there's a word, profound. Okay, I got this. Let me go over here. Oh, this right here, let me do this. Let's slide this over here. This right here is a very important video. Okay, evacuated Canaanite high place, the sin of the Amorites. All right, I want to show you something, and I'm gonna come back to the main subject. So we're over here. Let me go to, let me slide this over here. Oh, and I said I got to go in Acts 15. So let me go to Genesis. By the way, the word Genesis is in the Hebrew is Barashith or Bara'ashyah, which means in Bara'ash head. Yath is like the suffix ing. So it be so what we're pulling out of that word is, or that phrase is, ba in ra'ash, the headings or the beginnings. Like I said, the as the suffix makes it like ing, uh, present tense or whatever. Um, so that's what Genesis is all about. So we had Genesis 15, right? Genesis 15. This is not talking about a miracle. Yeah, this is a vision of us being in America. No, it's not. And I'm going to prove that. It says, start from the 13th verse. You can read the whole chapter, short chapter, 21 verses. Genesis 15. Barashith in the beginning, 15:13. And he, Abram, and he said, by the way, Abba Ram means exalted father. That's what you get. You call them this animal in the mountains. You call them rams. The ram is a Hebrew word meaning exalted. They're high in the mountains. And then his name was changed, of course, to Abraham, which means father Abba of a multitude of many. And that many we're talking about Israel. And when it says, through thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed, it's talking about all the Israelites. Now, ultimately, the rest of the earth is going to be blessed because they're going to be blessed to keep the laws. So they are going to get a blessing. These other nations are going to get a blessing. They're going to follow the right way. And we ain't going to be kicking their asses every day. Only Esau. Esau's ass is going to be red from foot up their asses sideways, a fiery foot up their asses. The other nations, we're going to beat them into submission. And when they do the right thing, we're not going to beat them up every minute of the day. Anyway, it says, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. That's Egypt. And I'm going to prove that to you. And shall serve them, the so-called Egyptians, which then, first of all, Egypt, the word Egypt came about centuries later. Hell, even more than thousands of years later, maybe 1,000, 1,500 years later, almost 2,000 years later. And they shall afflict them 400 years. That's Egypt. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And the Most High did judge so-called Egypt. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Remember, the scriptures say they borrowed of the Egyptians. That was a form of reparations. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, because you're going to be in your land, but you're going to go off again. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age, but in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. The iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. So what is the iniquity of the Amorites? That's why you got to watch this video. Wait a minute. Okay, this video right here. Evacuated Canaan. and excavated Canaanite high place, the sin of the Amorites. And what they were doing, the iniquity that they were committing, they were sacrificing women. They were burning women. They were burning babies. And even certain Israelites was doing that. They were sacrificing babies. That's why it spoke about that to Molech, the gods that the Edomites followed. Satan, the left hand side, those gods go back, was working with the Canaanites and the Babylonians and the Assyrians and the people of Mizraim. So these are old Canaanite ancient deities, Babylonian, Assyrian deities. So I just wanted to show you that. And oh, let me see. Let me find this here. Okay, this one is a good one that a brother sent to me. Let me bring it up. And you got to go to 15 minutes. Bring it back some. You got to go to about 15 minutes and 30 seconds in. And the individual right here of the what's the name of this paper? The Epoch Times, which seems to be a very good. They go deeper than your, your New York Times and other papers, and they go into it. And he even mentions the scriptures. And I did a video on. I did like my own version of this video. I took parts of it, and that's on my Odyssey page. You got to go to my Odyssey page because I put more controversial videos up on my Odyssey page, because if I put those videos, any of those, I'll say this, any of those videos from Odyssey, they'll take it down quick on YouTube. So I'm all over the place, but okay, what is this all about? This is not, I don't want this. Okay, this is what I wanted. Uh, Bear me for a minute. I gotta watch this. More face fixing vocab Y. I gotta find this here video. Bear me for a minute. If they didn't take it down, they don't have a reason to take it down. But where the hell is it? Just bear with me. Damn, where is it? You just gotta bear with me. Let me try it this way. I know they didn't take it down. I was watching it yesterday. Excuse me. um, oh boy. Okay, I believe this is it. Because you got my man Paul Kersey. Let me show you something here. This is why we say we got 100% truth. Okay, so now listen to this. I'm having a little fun. This is in the Bronx, 149 3rd. They go out on Saturdays. I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. The Most High told us he has made us watchmen over the house of Israel. So our job is to inform you of what's happening in the world today. Current events. You know, most of y'all here don't really watch the news. You don't pay attention to the news. Current events of Israel. So the Most High, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. The Most High told us he has made us watchmen over the house of Israel. So our job is to inform you of what's happening in the world today. Current events. You know, is the MOTB a current event? That's a major current event. That's on the top of the list. That's the first thing you should be talking about. And if you watch the rest of this video, which I didn't watch the rest of this video, it's only 19 minutes, not even 20 minutes long. I guarantee you he's not going to mention anything about the what we call the acronym MOTB. But he knows that the MOTB is a number one current event out there that they're getting ready to go, they're getting ready to spring on the public, meaning the Israelites. We don't care about the other people. So let's listen to this again. 3 verse 17. Yeah. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. The Most High told us he has made us watchmen over the house of Israel. So our job is to. So if you're a watchman's supposed to watch over everything, right? Everything. If he privy to the fact that there's going to be some crazy person that's going to come on this block long after they leave, 3 p.m. on a Monday, he's privy to it. The guy's going to come out with a Uzi or AK or whatever and just spray people. He's privy to that. And he knows that there's Israelites down there, including some of the brothers and sisters maybe shopping down there. Maybe they live around here. Is it not his job? Is it not his job with his lined up ass, with his high and tight? What is, you know, he's watching it right now. Don't say something. Anyway, is it not his job to say there's gonna come a man with a high powered machine gun, let's call it. Back in the day, they called it machine gun, and he gonna spray this area. You know it. You're privy to this information. Maybe by a dream, a vision, an angel came to you. Maybe the guy said he's gonna do it. You know, he said, and if you don't believe me, I was a guy that did this 3 years ago, and I was a guy that did this 4 years ago, and you know that he's gonna do it. All right. If you don't tell the people, don't be down here at a particular time on a particular day because somebody's coming down here to open, you know, then whoever he told, they're not going to be around the people that know that they're Israelites or whatever, right? So you're supposed to tell them everything, not tell them 95% of the stuff, but leave that out. based upon your own words, you reading out of the scripture. This gentleman reading out of the scripture. Let's go back to it. He's privy to the information in the MOTB. He's privy to it. He came out, what was this, two and a half years ago or so, maybe 3 years ago. You right, what y'all say about the MOTB. This is before we even called it the MOTB. Use that acronym. But so I came and I said, well, when you going to tell him about it? He ducks and dies. He don't want to answer this, that, and the third. So he knows it. He told me. And guess what? Bishop Nathaniel knows it too. Because Bishop Nathaniel made a statement. He said, I watch all of your videos. He said that to me back in, I don't know, 2009. I watch all of your videos. So he's not, somebody's watching the videos. This man right here, I done, which is, he goes by the one of the handles. He used many handles. He goes by the handle of, one of the handles is Paul Kersey for GMS. That's him. Okay. So he'll say good things and cool with us, but then he'll use another handle. One of the handles he used, he went on, I guess that was Apostle Gabar's page, and I believe he also went on the elder of the Las Vegas camp, Karatazar, and he put that pretty much the same. I believe he did it on my page. I'll erase it. I believe the name was Wisdom, Spirit of Wisdom, or something like that. That was him. I know him. I know the way his writing style. Okay. And he's telling us, oh, you got to go and hide. You got to be where the people are. Okay, well, you're where the people are. Why aren't you telling them about the MOTB and you're privy to that information? The Spirit open up your mind. The Holy Spirit open up your mind to know it, to see it. You know, you can't undo what the Spirit showed you. You see a friend of yours, you know, his woman pulls down her pants and you see a fat ass. You can't erase that out of your mind. It's in your mind. You might not act on it, but it's in your mind. But is it in your mind? Let's listen again.
I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. The Most High told us he has made us watchmen over the house of Israel. So our job is to inform you of what's happening in the world today.
And that means everything. Everything that you're privy to. Illinois, Chicago is part of Illinois, the state of Illinois, non-detainable offenses beginning January 1st, 2023. We can call that the year of the purge. The year of the purge. Aggravated battery, when you beat somebody down, aggravated DUI, driving while intoxicated. Could it be driving under the influence? Aggravated fleeing, arson, when you burn shit down, burglary, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder, threatening a public official. That's the purge. That's the purge. That's why there's a term predictive programming. They'll show you a movie, and then years later, that's also called life imitating art. When things happen, they show you that a lot of times in movies. Okay, so let's listen to this. You know what? Let me listen to this again. No, I'm sorry. Let me do this. Let me see what a watchman is. If a watchman is only supposed to give you half truths. What is that? Isaiah 62. I believe it's Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon their walls. So a watchman knows who the enemy looks like, what the enemy is upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is a people before it's a place which shall never hold thy peace day nor night. That's what we do now. We do videos day and night. Ye that make, and then anybody in GMS. Now you got helpers out there though. That's not going to do this work, but they're helpers in this thing. But the main office that you're supposed to um, obtain to is being a teacher, being a prophet, a teacher, being out there teaching, and nonstop, man. What is it saying? Psalms 19. Read that from the first verse on down. No breaks in this thing. A video is a smartphone away. You can be on a bus going somewhere to visit your mother because she's sick in the hospital, but guess what? You can still do it. There's no excuse that you can't do a video. Give me a second. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let's read that again. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace. That means you got to spill it. What you hear in darkness, bring to the light. Peace, which shall never hold their peace. So you got to tell them the whole thing. Day nor night, ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish and till he, the Most High, make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Let's read a little bit more. Yahweh have sworn by his right hand. So he has to save us because he's sworn that he's going to save us. He can't go against his word. And by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thy enemies. Who's the enemy? Esau is the number one enemies. So enemy. So corn is talking about, and meat is to sustain you, right? And the sons of strangers, other nations, shall not drink thy wine for the which thou hast labored. But they that have gathered it shall eat it and praise Yahweh, that's us, and they that have brought it together shall drink it in the courts of my holiness. Go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people, cast up the highways, gather out the stones. And this happened, the fulfillment of this is John the Baptist, but it's also us. Lift up a standard for the people. What does it mean to gather, cast out the highways, gather out the stones? What are the stones? The stones are stumbling blocks, are lies. So you just can't do it. You can't 90% clean a highway. You got to fully clean it. You got the Department of Public Works, they call it, where you got guys go out in trucks. If there's a pothole, they fill the pothole. If there's a obstacle in the way, if there's a dead raccoon or whatever, or if there's a dead deer, your job is that's your job. That's your job. That's why people pay the government taxes. So our job is to do what? The highway's there. It's got all kinds of dead animals, rocks, stones, potholes. A tree fell down. It's your job. You are hired to. After you finish that job, that highway's supposed to look like it was built brand new. That means you got to clean it and you gotta cast out everything from off of that highway to make the highway 100% drivable, right? So he's holding back something. So now let's come back over here to watchman. Let's look at the word watchman. You know, his highway, you got stones and dares and shit. Okay, let's look up the word watchman. Shema just means watch, to look over, keep, observe, heed, keeper, preserve, beware, mark, mark, watchman, wait, watch, regard, save. So you got to watch him on everything. Now let's come back over here. Where am I? Let's listen to this again. So you're not a true watchman.
Chapter 3, verse 17. Yeah. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. The Most High told us he has made us watchmen over the house of Israel. So our job is to inform you of what's happening in the world today.
Is that 80% of the stuff that's going on? Huh? I mean, you can tell them everything, but don't tell them about pork. You didn't mention about, and if somebody said, well, how about pork? Can you eat pork? And then you say, I'm not even going to answer that. Well, guess what? That's not 100% warning the people.
Events. You know, most of y'all here don't really watch the news.
Is not the MOTB a current event? Isn't that thing big in Sweden? There's a report I read or came across that there's about 1 million people that got it, which 1 million people is a small number. It's so many thousands, a couple 100,000, if I'm not mistaken, that have it in Sweden, in different parts around the world. So let's say it's 1 million. Let's say it's 2 million. Let's say it's 5 million. 5 million is a small number compared to almost 9 billion people. And their plan is to charagma the whole planet Earth.
To the news, so we're going to be your news today.
Isn't that part of the news? The MOTB?
As you know, Chicago is passing a law as of next year, January 1st. If you watch movies of Capernaum, you know what I'm talking about. They passed a law that pretty much gives people the right to be commit crimes and not go to jail for it. They try to make this law pass in blue states. Right. They're going to pass these laws of free murder and robbery and arson and assault as of next year, starting in Chicago. Think it's a game out here. It's not a game.
You're right, it's not a game. It's not a game, but you're playing a game by not telling the people, the Israelites, as you said, an important piece of information that you have been privy to that you're not telling the Israelites, mainly the elect, because the elect is going to get it. So now let me come over here. Like I said, go back as far as 2014, 2013, 2012, maybe even 2011. They when Bishop Nate addressed what we were teaching about the MOTB, you know, he said, "Oh, it's talking about nations." He said nations and corporations. It had nothing to do with people. Well, when you read the 17th verse, and he fails to go to the 17th verse, it speaks about men, meaning men, women, and children. It speaks about a physical right hand. In Revelation 20, verse 4, it speaks about hand, neither right or left. but the word right hand is a word that I think I'm saying it right, dextrose, where you get the word dexterity, how you work your hands. But dextrose means right hand, translates into right hand. Now in Sweden, they get in their left hand, but when they do everything, they do it on the other side. In other words, they drive. We drive. We're on the left hand side. The steering wheel is on the left hand side. In these European nations, in Japan and so forth, it's on the right. It's on the right hand side, which is the right way. When you read, we learn to read from the left to the right. In Hebrew, you read from the right to the left. Everything starts from the right. So we got that. So then what did he do? What did Bishop Nathaniel do? He said it was talking about nations. It was talking about nations and corporations, and it represents embargoes. It's the same thing with General Johannes said at the ISUBK. It's embargoes, it's nations. It has nothing to do with people. Then they kind of changed it or added to it. They said it's sin. Oh, well, wait a minute. Is that talking about the sin of a corporation or a sin of people? Whereas people, corporations don't commit sin. That's a fictitious, what do you call it? Like a straw man. You know, it's a person. In law, a person is a straw man. So when you set up a company name, okay, let's say Wendy's. Wendy's was named after, I believe his name was Thomas James Thomas, and he named it after his daughter Wendy. So that whole Wendy's thing has nothing to do with her. That's a fictitious person based upon a real person, which is a straw man. Any corporation, when you look at their paperwork, the name of the corporation is written in all caps. Watch any news program. Everything that you see is written in all caps. Every once in a while, you'll see, what do you call that? What do you call that? Capital, lowercase. You got the capital for the beginning of the spelling, and then you got lowercase writing. Well, when you watch the news, you'll 95% of the time you'll see everything. You'll see everything in all caps. Let me prove that. Oh well, you know what I noticed? Israel United in Christ is in all. Israel's in all caps. Christ is in all caps. Why? Because it's a corporation. That's if you write a letter to somebody, they're going to say, first of all, this is not the proper grammar. Everything is in all caps. Because that's that other world. That's that fictitious world. The world of the straw man. The nom de guerre, name, warrior name of war. Okay, so what was I going to say? Oh, then they said it's sin. I think before that they said it's Christianity. Corporations don't have a religion. They said it was Christianity. If you're a Christian, then you got the MOTB. If you commit sin, then you got the MOTB. And first of all, when did the beast come on the scene? Number one, and number two, how did the beast make you sin? When you were sinning long before the beast came on the scene. Solomon was around long before the beast. So anyway, let's listen to them to show you that they changed the thing. Now they're teaching that it's the chip, but you can go ahead and take it, which you can take the MOTB, but you can repent for that. So you at ease. He said, I'll take this, I'll take that. I want to eat. My kids got to eat. According to what Deacon Nakar said. And we keep going through this because this is the next major. All these Israelite camps is talking about what's happening over there in Russia. In the war, there's 27 wars going on right now. Not to mention all the terrorist attacks and civil conflicts and just violence. Really, there's no number that you can put on wars. There's wars every day. There's wars every day. Let me let you listen.
So you get the mark of the beast, can you enter into the kingdom of heaven? You think? No, you can't. So if the white man can force it in you, can you not still repent? You should still be able to repent, right? See what I'm saying? So that's why I was reading the scripture about them having dominion over your body. So if they put that chip in you, guess what? Or you got the chip in you, you don't know it. Guess what? You still should be able to repent and get into the kingdom of heaven regardless. Right. So, right. So if you get the mark of the beast, can you?
Now, I think about when he said that about the woman, the Israelite sister with the 7 sons, and that the older man, Eleazar in the Apocrypha, about eating pork. Now, couldn't the Greeks just say, we're going to force you to eat pork? You just come in your house and have some pork with them and shove it in your mouth. They could have did that, right? You could have did that, right? That also means that they can make you all moles by popping you. Now let's go with this argument here. They force it in you. You know, you take it because they're gonna force it in you any damn way, and you go ahead with your normal life using it because it's already in you. You really think the Most High is gonna save you? And they should read a Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to that. They're not going to force it in you. They almost made you well, they made a lot of you believe that if you didn't take the jump shot, you're going to lose your job. This is going to happen. They in a way almost forced you. Well, I got a good job. I'm not going to go take it. Well, there's some of them, the police officers, firemen, a certain number of a percentage of people in the military, they want to take it, and they basically put in papers to fire them. So now there's all kind of lawsuits going on where they got to hire these people back and they got to pay them for back pay. They're suing them. So did they take it? No, and that's not it. Show you that the number one group out there is Great Millstone. Even Sakari will tell you that, and Sakari is the number 2 group. Sakari is a number 2 group under the GMS. They're damn near right up there with GMS. You heard that. Sakari's over all of Sakari's over IUCPK, Sakari's over IUIC. Sakari's damn sure over HODC. Sakari's over all of them, man. But they're not over GMS. GMS has 100% truth. And they teach the same thing we teach. Why do you think Sakari teaches that the MOTB is what we say it is? Because the leader of the leader of the Sakari came up under us. So that made all the sense in the world. He told Polite, they had to sit down. He told Polite, I don't know, I think he either told Polite or Sarnetta. Could have been Sarnetta. I think Sarnetta said, why are you following GMS? And then this is what the chief high priest Grand Poobah Al-Azhar said, he said because he either said because they're the Church of Berea or they're likened unto the Church of Berea, where they search and study. Where you think the Sakari got their studying skills from? Going to the blue letter. Even these Christians use the blue letter. Vote Sister Cherry, all of them, they use the blue letter. Where you think they got it from? They got it from GMS, but they got it from me. Because the spirit led me to the blue letter. Everybody in the mama use the blue letter now. Now, where did I say I was going to go? I was doing so much ranting. Oh, Revelation. This is stuff that we already know. I'm singing to the choir. I'm preaching to the choir. 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark. So wait a minute, couldn't they force it on them? Couldn't they hold it down and forth? No, because the Most High controls everything. There's one scripture I can't think of the precept. Somebody could put in in the, uh, where you put the comments. If it was not for the Most High, they would have overcame us. I'm merely paraphrasing. I'm not going to try to look for it. Somebody can put it in here. So wouldn't it be in this man's interest to kill all Israelites? If they can jump on every single Israelite, hold him down, and place a not a jump shot, a jump shot or a karagma. If they could do that, don't you think they would have did it already? Or don't you think if they had the power to just kill us off, don't you think they would have did that already? They can't. Esau has a boundary. You can't destroy it. The only way you can destroy Israel, which is if you do this, which is impossible, is if you go to the end of space, and you don't know you're nowhere near the end of space, or you go to the deepest part of the ocean, the waters. They had a movie called The Abyss, where this guy goes to the bottom and aliens save his ass. The fuck out of here. That's all the realm of fantasy. It says beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they live and reign with Yahweh 1,000 years. So you mean to tell me they couldn't? These disciples, apostles had so many muscles. They could. Well, I try to get them. But they too strong. They too fast. No, it's a deception thing, just like the jump shot was. It was to say they got people. They push people in the corner. You're gonna lose your job. You're gonna this. Then they even had it where you couldn't go into certain stores. I remember going to this one store, this Arab nigger fried chicken, and they had a sign up where you can't buy unless you have you got the ID. But I noticed people wasn't showing no ID. And I'm saying, man, they better not tell me I can't buy. And I went up there and I brought my shit, and I even took a picture of it. No, I videotaped it. I put it on the video. This was back in 2020, somewhere around there. And they kept the sign up. Everybody ignored that damn sign. So now everything is back to normal. Everybody's waking up to what that whole thing is. All these suckers, that's right, suckers, all you suckers that took it, a lot of you dropped dead, and a lot of you off to the hospital. The ones that didn't take it, that they said, oh, the ones that don't take it, it's giving it to everybody else, they ain't getting sick. They ain't going to the hospitals. They ain't dropping dead. The 22 people that died in the IUIC, they took the shot. That's why they died. Now you come back and tell me no, they didn't take it, and I'll apologize. Give me a second here. Oh, this video is funny as hell. Jamie Foxx imitates LeBron James. Yo, man, Jamie Foxx is a funny dude. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know if I even brought it up. Oh, but you know what? I was watching this, right? I'm gonna let you listen to a little of this. This is the FOPI, and this was put up in summer of 2021, and they're talking about the they're talking about the jump shot, right? So just listen. I hope I might have to bring it back a little bit more, but I think I'm at the right place. But listen to this individual, but listen to all of them. Now I remember him. He was in my camp years ago, back in the early '90s.
Right? But they want all your children to go to school. One question, and we're not going to mention that word. Try not to. They said they got this name begin with a D. Very dangerous. And you don't know the science of it. If they go in and say you have it, you just gotta believe it. But they have like so many people. Where's the hospital overflowing? And why they firing people from the hospital? It's so crowded. For the people. Think about this. If so many people dying and sick, but they find people that work there because they won't receive something, they won't receive a lollipop. Get ready, right? Get ready, Shawshan. Gave it a zoom. You want to say something before? You want to say something before?
I may have to go back, but I wanted to listen to what he had to say.
Because we'll bring ourselves here.
I believe this is the mark of the beast. Just from the way things are going on, they're forcing everybody to take it. And I think it's going to lead into you can't buy or sell without the shot. They making things first, they say you got to wear the mask. Now they making, they just upping the ante on everything. And pretty soon they're going to say you can't buy or sell without the shot. Just my opinion, but I could be wrong.
He said just his opinion, he could be wrong, not that he received a vision. So we found out that that's not the MOTB. All right. Anyway, let me go over here to, now I gotta find it. Bear with me for a minute. Like I said, I'm preaching to the choir, y'all. The stuff that I went through, the handful of scriptures that I've covered, you already know. You already know. I'm waiting for this to come up. Okay, that's what I want to do. Just bear with me. Come on, man. Is this it? Bear me for a minute. That's not it. Okay, this is it. I found it. That was put up 3 days ago. But I was going through this video. This was put up by the elder of Las Vegas, Karatazar. So he's reading the comment. If you took the JAB but not the CHIP, can you still be saved? So that's the question. So people are beginning to say that makes sense, that that's a physical thing. So people are, like I said, the great influence of Great Millstone. So I'll let you listen to a little bit of this and then I'll close it. And come back over here. Come back over here. Okay, right here should be about it.
Peace, blessings, and salutations to all. Hopefully, the house of David is not wonderful. I wanted to answer a question that was left on in the comment section of the latest video that I did, and you can see it on the screen. This is what he asked, which is a sincere question. And I believe brothers may have answered this in the past in various lessons. And I really couldn't, get through to find videos. I'm sure a brother has at some point came across a similar question, or was asked a similar question and did a video on it. But I'm taking the time to respond to it. This is what this individual said. Good lesson. I have one sincere question for you, brother. Although I didn't take the JAB, I've even told people about the JAB, but they didn't listen. My question is, if someone took the JAB, but decide not to take the CHIP, if they don't take the CHIP, can that person still get beamed up by the chariots? If Yahweh and Yahweh Shai decides, Shalom. And once again, the water for the lesson and the water to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, for not allowing me to take it further. Pray that the Lord allow me to continue to fight the JAB and the CHIP.
Yeah, let me just say this. As soon as that thing came out and they said they got a vaccine for it, people, and the way they put it out there, it's like, oh God, finally I'm all right. I can go. When is it? Where can I go? But they realized that a lot of people wasn't trusting the system. So we, like, just for the record, we made it clear. Every Israelite group said what they said concerning this vaccine, right? Now, General Yohana, he came out, his first statement, this was this had to be December of 2020, if I'm not mistaken, which is 1 month shy of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the video's up there. He said, go ahead and take it. And he said that this man, this so-called white man, is using reverse psychology. He's telling you to take it because he knows you Jakes are not going to take it because he really doesn't want you to take it, but go ahead and take it anyway. He made that stand, right? Bishop Nathaniel was up in the air about it. It was the first time I heard him speak on it when there's, I guess, a nurse that was following IUIC asked him whether to take it. He didn't say to take it or not to take it, but he said, look, when we go to Africa, we got to take shots, malaria shots and all that. So basically, he was giving it a go without giving it a go, so to speak. Then he realized there was came out where a nurse took it and then dropped dead in a press conference. Then you don't hear from her no more. And everybody said that she died from a thing. They took their pages down. And there was another video of a black sister that got the Bell's palsy from taking it. She said, don't take it. Then they came back and said, yeah, don't take it. I ain't going to take it. But he said it after the fact. So the Passover of 2022, when he came out almost dying for the second time, he said that I believe it was either 20 or 22 people in the IUIC had passed from the C-19. Now the scriptures say in Psalm 91, there shall no pestilence come nigh thy dwelling. So nobody in GMS died of this thing unless they took the chip. And if anybody in GMS took it or the jump shot, then that's on you. So let's listen to a little bit more and I'm gonna close it.
Mandatory, Lord willing, you can answer this question, and maybe you or some of the other brothers can do a lesson on it. Can you take the jab, the JAB, but not the CHIP, and still say that would be a good title for a lesson. So, that's a sincere question, man. And my answer to that, which I'm definitely gonna bring some scriptures. But my answer to that is one, the JAB is not the MOTB. Now we've both.
That's all. You can watch the rest of this. I'm gonna get ready to close, but I'm gonna say this before I close: that Captain Joel of the IUIC, he did a couple of recent videos concerning the MOTB, and he didn't mention our name, but he was clearly talking about us. He said, "You got guys saying that the jump shot is the MOTB." We never said that. We never said that. Bring me a video where I said that. We never said that. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.